I'm going to share with you a project I made with some fabric I shared with you a couple weeks ago. I talked about how we had an old sofa that I tore all the fabric off of before we sent it to the dump, and now I'm going to share my first project using that fabric. So I designed a bag using the sofa fabric. This blue is the fabric I got from the sofa, and I'm very excited with how it turned out. I had some black fabric from one of my Fabric Mart mystery bundles that I still have no clue what it is. It's some sort of knit with a very shiny surface, but I really like how it worked with the bag, and it matches the black zipper beautifully. So I'm very excited. The pattern is one that I just drafted myself. It's, in my mind, it's pretty simple to make a bag pattern. I just start with the zipper length and then kind of draw what each side will look like. I originally, when I first started looking at bags and how to do the pattern, I went online and looked at lots of different blogs and tutorials to see how other people do the bag making process, and then I also got books from the library and kind of looked at them until I had a feel for, okay, what do the different shapes do and how do you do the math to make it. So there are books out there and lots of resources for tutorials if you're interested in creating your own bags. The inside, I had this lovely blue and white fabric that I got as a remnant at Joann's. I added a little pocket. I do need to work on my pocket game. This pocket it looks fine on the outside, but the inside of it, I totally forgot to finish my seam on the bottom, and then I cut it too big, and so folded it over, and then I don't know what I don't know what I was doing. But this is a bag I'll be keeping, so it's okay if the inside of the pocket is not great looking. But it's a fun little bag, has a little outside pocket, which honestly I'm not sure how usable it is, because since the bag doesn't have straps, I know some people use clutches that don't have straps, but this is more designed to be a kind of like a traveling ditty bag or something. I think if I had been designing it to be a clutch, I would have needed to use some heavy interfacing on the inside so it doesn't just collapse when you grab it unless you have stuff in it. But I'm very excited about it and have plans for many more bags. I'm thinking bags will be a theme for this Christmas, which it's an easy gift to make for people because you don't have to know their exact measurements. You just have to have a general idea of what colors they like and what they would use a bag for, whether they need a purse or a storage bag or a shopping bag. It's much easier than thinking, oh, I'm going to sew clothes for everyone I know, because then you have to get measurements for everyone and then decide how exact, if you need to visit everyone to try on their clothes before you finish sewing them. But all in all, I'm very pleased with the bag and just with how everything came together. This was, believe it or not, about a 2-hour process from beginning to end. From starting making the pattern to finishing sewing it. So that's one thing also that's really nice about bags, especially the simple ones like this. They're really quick sews, so it makes you feel very accomplished and productive. Sometimes it's nice to have a quick project that even when you're spending time to make your seams straight and neat, have a quick project that looks really nice but only takes a couple hours to make that. Especially as a mom with kids, I like having projects that I can finish in one sitting where I'm not kind of working on it little by little over the weeks and months. And also personally, I tend to forget about projects like that where all of a sudden it's been a month or two and I realize, oh, I still have that shirt that I was going to sew, and now it's summertime, so maybe I don't need a sweater. But the good thing about sewing for yourself as an adult is you're roughly the same size, so other than minor fluctuations, if you start sewing it now, if you finish it 3 months from now, it should still fit. But when you're sewing for kids, if you start it now, you kind of have to finish it now, and otherwise your 2-year-old is 3 inches taller. But so that Sewing for Kids helps me stay on target too. But if you need a quick project, I highly recommend Sewing a Bag. And if you don't want to deal with learning how to insert a zipper, there are lots of tutorials out there for how to do a shopping tote, where it's just you just have the straps that are sewn onto the bag, and the bag itself is left open. So those would be a good starting place too. But I hope you're inspired to make some projects and do some fun things, and then fill your projects with fun things and enjoy them. But I hope you have a good week.